Hello, Tim here. I was sick yesterday, so I didn't get a video made. So this is I'm making up for today. This is my day's 4 and 5 videos for my 30-day vinyl challenge. You notice I'm in a different room today. I decided to make my video from my lazy boy, being a lot more comfortable today. I'm making up. I was sick yesterday, so I'm making up for it today. So yes, I am doing 8 albums today. I've managed to listen to one album yesterday. So today I ended up listening to 7 albums. But what I listened to yesterday, it was 4 LPs in that one album. What I listened to yesterday was Chicago, uh, Chicago at Carnegie Hall, volumes 1 through 4, or volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. And yes, this has all the inserts in it, including the poster that's bigger than any of the walls I have here in my apartment. This one was recorded in 1971. It's on Columbia. It's a live album. Like I said, it's a 4 LP set. They only had their first 3 albums recorded when they first 3 studio albums recorded when they did this album. Like I said, this is a 4 LP set. You're wondering, boy, where'd they get all the material for this? Around all 3 of their first 3 LPs are like around double LPs. And down here, what was interesting is that day, after they released their other LPs, they were mainly making all their concerts were arena appearances. And so it was nice going to the Carnegie Hall where they could see their audience better than they could at their arena appearances. But I thoroughly enjoyed this album. I do have out their stuff through around Chicago 19, except for live in Japan. Like I said, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this album because just hearing the stuff live, and the song that really got my attention on this album, because a lot of this I've been listening to like while I was studying, or like I said yesterday, I just wasn't feeling too. I was running a fever and I had a headache, so I had it down low. But what caught my attention on this one was low down, just the sound of it and stuff while listening to it, and that just got my attention. So, but I listened to all four LPs of that one yesterday. So, today I managed to listen to 7 others. See, all of these I hadn't listened to. That Chicago one I got earlier this year. When I had to, on one of my trips up to Madison for a doctor's appointment. See, a day or 2 before it, I got an email from Mad City Music Exchange up in Madison. Saying that they were having a sale on their dollar bin items, that they were all like $0.25 a piece, and this was in the dollar bin. I couldn't turn that down. Plus, I'd been looking for a copy of that for many years, and finding it in a dollar bin, I could not believe it. Plus, with the inserts. Okay, next one up. It's by a former member of Traffic. That member is Jim Capaldi. The album is Oh How We Danced. This is from 1972 on Island Records. By what I'm seeing, this is around his debut solo album. I enjoyed this one. It has catchy tunes on it and stuff, and some of it is more like catchy tunes. Some of it's closer to like lounge type music, but I just thoroughly enjoyed it. I have other of his solo albums also, but I enjoy his work. I enjoy Traffic stuff also, but like I said, I have other of his solo albums. So some of it is more like more of the horn type uh, stuff on it also, more like horn band type music. Next up, I'd only heard one or two of their songs before of this group. It's on Columbia. It's from 1971. But I know a lot of people in the VC like this group. And so and they got this at a record store. Well, this guy, to preface it, this guy used to have a booth at a flea market that they used to have here in Rockford. That a lot of us in the VC that live in the Rockford area would go to. It would be on weekends, and a lot of us in the VC would go to him. And later on, he closed down his booth there, and he opened up a small store in town that was only open on weekends. Well, he slowed it down where he was only there like a couple weekends a month and stuff like that. Well, he closed it down back in June. He closed the store like around the beginning, like around June 1st or somewhere around that this year. I was in there earlier this spring, one Saturday. Well, it was mainly Saturdays that he was open towards the end. Well, anyway, I was in there one Saturday in the spring. I picked up a couple albums. Then I started looking at a crate in there. He said, "Oh, those I just got in this morning. I haven't even looked at them and priced them yet." Okay, I found 3 albums by this group, and see, I mainly look into dollar bins here, and I was talking with them, and then I noticed we were back by this back room, and I noticed David Clayton Thomas album, still sealed, solo one. This is still sealed. And I was talking with them and saying, "How much you have?" Well, I was saying, asked him, "Is that for sale?" He said, "Yeah." I was saying, "How much did you want for that?" I said, "Maybe $2." I said, "How about $2?" I said, "Ooh, I only have a 5 on me." He said, "Tell you what, $5 for those 3 albums, those other 2, and this one." I said, "Okay." See, the 3 great albums that I found in the crate that he hadn't priced yet. Vision Orchestra. This is their, by what it looks like on AllMusic, this was their first album. This is Vision Orchestra with John McLaughlin. The Intermounting Flame. It's from 1971 on Columbia. I really like this album. I know I said that the other day on my video that I used to play the violin. Boy, I wish I could play the violin like the guy, like Jerry Goodman does on here. Man, can he play the violin? I thoroughly enjoyed this album. I said I listened to 7 albums today. My cats made sure that I didn't go by without listening to some music today. They let me know when albums, if there was some silence in between them. But this one, when they got into playing the real high notes for a while, one of them just was going crazy. And I just thoroughly enjoyed this album. It's all instrumental and just with the way it goes. Okay, not yesterday, the last video I showed one country one that I got just under a year ago from Mark Dr. Deadwax, some VO and some VCLT. Well, I have another one of those from him, and this one today. George Jones and Tammy Wynette together again. This is from 1980 on Epic. And this is just some more good classic country with two good voices singing together. They're just a good duet. Just listening to them sing together, it's just real good country music. Listen to them sing together. I just thoroughly enjoyed it listening to some good tunes with them singing. Okay, last year also around this time I got a bunch of packages from my best friend growing up. He collects vinyl, but he's not on Facebook, and he doesn't make YouTube videos. He works a lot of hours. He works around 12-hour days. He's my best friend Perry, and he sent me a bunch of vinyl last year. I hadn't listened to a lot of it because of how he sent me. So this first one I'm showing you is Rolling Stones. I'm not a big Rolling Stones fan. I like some of their music. I finally pulled this one out today. It's Flowers. I listened to it. I did like this album. It's from 1967 on London. Of course, I like Ruby Tuesday and Let's Spend the Night Together and Mother's Little Helper. And when My Girl came on, just hearing their version of that, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I just enjoyed this album. I'm not really a big Rolling Stones fan. I mainly like their stuff from the 60s and early 70s. I'm not really much into their later stuff, but this one I did enjoy. Next one is another one by him. It's a group or a type of music I don't really get into much. But this album, it's a song by this group that I do like. So I know I am keeping this album. That's a Romantics, or 1982 album, In Heat, or 1983 album, In Heat. So Emperor. Of course, the song that I like off of here is Sorry About the Glare from my laptop. The song I like on here is Talking in Your Sleep. Some of the tunes are catchy on here, just that I'm not into I'm not as much into punk as or their style of music, but I do like Talking in Your Sleep. So I will be keeping this album. The next one, yeah, I know, but that's all I really have to say on that one. This next one is, excuse me, I'm still not completely over that from yesterday. Also, I have allergies that have been bothering me from with the weather and stuff. Next one is one I got earlier this year from Bo. I got it when I was because we knew we were going to be moving, and I was trying to go through all my duplicates, listening to them, trying to thin out my collection, listening to all my duplicates, determining whether they were to be trashed or if I was going, which I was going to send out as PCLT or whatever. And so I got this from some from Bo during that time, and so I pretty much set this one aside and never got to listen to before moving in. Well, anyway, today I have we finally pulled it out and spun it. It's a group that I do like, and I really enjoyed listening to it today. It's the Lovin' Spoonful. The album is Hums of the Lovin' Spoonful, or Hums of the Lovin' Spoonful from 1966 on Kama Sutra. I like most of the stuff I've gotten on Kama Sutra. Of course, this one has a hit Summer in the City on it, and I just like the Lovin' Spoonful's songs. I know a lot of their tunes are written by John Sebastian. I have some of his solo albums too. I like a lot of his solo stuff, John Sebastian solo stuff too. And I just thoroughly enjoyed this album also. And thank you again, Bo, for sending me this album. I wasn't expecting it when you sent me it. And the last one, for those of you that watch my Tim's Thrifty Music videos, it was either my last one or the one before that, the one from last Friday or the one from 2 weeks ago yesterday. I showed you Michael Johnson album and told you that I saw him in concert like 6 or 7 years ago today. Well, the one I showed you then was from 1978, which had a couple hits of his on it. He hasn't had too many, but he's pretty much a singer-songwriter. And he plays more at small venues, more like coffee houses and stuff like that. And this is the album of his from 1986 called Wings. And it's from 1986 on RCA. And this one has more of a closer to a country sound on it, country or folk sound on it. He does like soft rock and stuff. He plays more in coffee houses. I thoroughly enjoyed this one also. Like I said, I like him. I saw him in concert, and he kept the concert tuners. Well, I just noticed I've gotten 17 minutes. This is all I have for this video. Until tomorrow, take it easy and keep on rocking.